Huh?
What?
I said I need 2 springs they're going to have to order.
So you're saying we need to go back to New Paris tractor parts?
Are you taking?
Yeah. And you're threatening me with a good time.
Yeah, I missed out. I was thinking.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. I don't even need to say it. You know it's Dirt Green Steel. So Dad Strength's back today, and he's in his paint booth laying down some color on some of the parts for the 720 as I sandblast them for him. So we got us a sandblasting cabinet, and we've had it out in the building. We've never used it, so I decided to bring it in yesterday, and I sat it on some blocks because it's too short for a tall guy like me. So I've been bringing some of the small parts in and putting in it and sandblasting them. And now that Dad Strength's back today, he started priming what I had sanded, and he's going to paint them. So when we go back on the tractor with them, they're already painted. So these hard to get areas will be painted when we do the final paint work on the tractor. So it'll just make it a lot easier. So and Dad's working on the clutch. He's getting that put back together. There's been a few things that we've had to redo that weren't quite right, and we wanted them right. So it's going to be a good working tractor when it's done. It'll be perfect, or as close to perfect as we can get it. So I'm going to do some sandblasting. I'll show you how this works. I've got the, what would you call this, Dad? The guard for the backside of the pulley wheel? Yeah. So I got that in there. I already started on one side of it, and I had to stop and clean my filter out. So I'll show you how this works. It works real nice. I'll put the camera here. So we'll turn on our ventilation system. There's just something pleasing about taking the old paint off. So as you can see, works really nice. It's definitely a lot better than doing all that sanding. So I'm going to finish this up. I got a few other pieces to do, and then I'll be caught up on sandblasting. Okay, before we take off the New Paris tractor parts, I decided to pull this pump apart because I'm going to reseal it anyways before it goes back on the tractor, just to make sure that it never leaks. So I wanted to tear it apart, and I wanted to make sure that this was a good shaft, and it is. There's no pitting on there like there was on the original pump to the tractor. So, and if there was, Rich said to bring it back and he would get us another one. So, that pump's all good. So all we got to do is when our seals get here from John Deere, I can put this seal in here. There's one behind the bearing, and then there's another one on the back side of the pump that you don't have to pull the bearing out to get to. So, this is a good pump. When we go back together, you don't really have to seal these with anything. But when we go back together, I'm going to use some 515 Loctite sealer on this, and that'll set up thin and keep it from leaking at all. So I think the truck's warm enough now. We're going to take off and go get us some parts.
Hi, buddy. We're back.
Oh, it's like a treasure hunt. This is why I like coming here. John Deere parts as far as the eye can see. I love this. This is all stuff that's going to be for sale at New Paris Tractor Parts online. So you can buy any of this online and have it shipped directly to you. This is cool. Never been in here before. So cool. I love this place. I wish it was closer to home. 3-point hitch arms, air breathers, pulley wheel covers, flywheel covers, you name it, it's here. What do you think? You having fun?
Mm-hmm. Always. Always an adventure.
Looking for L parts? Well, I've seen just about every part, I think, that was ever on a John Deere tractor. Snowblade for 110. Okay, let's go look for some parts. Anybody need a transmission gear or shaft? Wow. Okay, so we're outside now and we found what we need. We need that spring out of there that holds up on a clutch fork. Our tractor's missing that for some reason. So we're going to try to tear that one out and take it home with us. Maybe. But it'd be nice if it was 70 degrees out here and sunny.
Yeah. Beautiful day.
The problem is we never get to come because we're so busy. We only get to come when it's, either raining or snowing or cold out. We need to just plan vacations on just coming here to get parts. So we're going to see if we can get that clutch shaft out.
We need your lube.
Yeah, I didn't bring any old rusties or any creepola with us today. Oh, I might have some in the toolbox. Let me go look. Let me go see if I can find some. So we got it apart. We're going to take this just to take it up to Rich so that he can put that in the inventory instead of it just laying out here. So if somebody else needs one, they'll have one already taken off. So we also needed the clutch shaft, and we think, well, ours had a little wear, and this one, after taking it apart, is in pretty good shape. So we're going to take this one home too, and probably put that one back in our tractor. So now we need to find a pin that holds the drawbar in, and I think we will be good. So we found all our parts we need. So we're going to head up and check out, and then we're going to go home. So this was definitely a good trip. Got to go to Little Caesars so you can get some pizza. So if you need any parts, be sure to come to New Paris Tractor Parts. We've got just about everything you can think of here. Well, we're back to the shop now, and on the way back from New Paris Tractor Parts, we stopped at John Deere and we picked up our gaskets and parts that we needed. We got the cam gear nut, cam gear retainer. Kind of cool thing is this is like original packaging. But all the gaskets are here. The only thing we're short is some felt pieces, but them have to come out of Canada. So we pretty much have everything right now that we need to put major parts of this tractor back together. So the rest of this afternoon, we're going to work on cleaning stuff up, and we're going to start the reassembly process hopefully this afternoon sometime. So, but we definitely have everything on hand now, so that's a good thing. There are a lot of gaskets in that pile. There's a lot of everything in this pile. So it's kind of fun. It's like a puzzle. It's like Christmas too. So let's get started. So I'm going to start working on the power steering pump. I'm going to start resealing it. Well, I shouldn't say start. I've already got one half of it resealed, but I thought I better do a little bit of video on it. So I've got this seal, which is really far in there to get out yet, and put a new seal in. This one's kind of tricky because there is another seal behind there, so you got to be careful that you don't destroy that one in the meantime. I don't know if this is going to work or not. So what I'm going to do is come up through the bottom, try to get on that seal, and just knock it out here with a screwdriver without destroying the other one. If I can get there. I'll try something different here. Need this pick might do a little better. Let's get that in there. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Got the pick underneath between the seal and that other sealing ring, and just beat it on the bench, come right out. So basically that's the seal out of them. That's out of the other side. So when you're working on these, be sure to work on a block of wood. Don't put them right on the vise, because the sealing surface is right here, and really that surface doesn't rely on anything other than their machine fit to keep it from leaking. But this one, we are going to put something on it just to be safe. So I got a new seal here. Now we got to get that tapped down in there. I think the socket will fit. It should. This is a 1.1/8" socket. We might have to get a chrome one. Well, the socket won't fit in the casting. Let's see if I can get a thinner socket. I don't know if this is going to make a difference or not. Yeah, it should. Yeah, chrome socket. Looks good. There we go. So 1.1/8" Craftsman socket works good to reinstall them. I've got it drove back down in there where it belongs. Everything looks good. So now what I'm going to do is clean these up really good. Probably brake clean them back off, and then I can start my reassembly, but I'm going to have to go get some of the sealer to put it back together with. So I'm back from town now, and I got the sealer that I need. Here's what you need. It's Loctite 515. This is what you seal these back together. So before I reassemble the pump, I need to take it back over to the press, and I need to press the shaft. Oh, it goes this way. I have to press the shaft back into the bearing. The bearing sits right here on the shaft. So I'm going to go press this back in real quick, and we'll come back and we'll start reassembling it. Should be good right there. Okay, now we got our shaft back in and start a reassembly. Make sure keyway is still in there, which it's not, fell out. That's okay. Put this gear back in. So get the keyway back in. Like that. Now I'm going to put a little white grease in these bushings. Just because when I cleaned it up, I brake cleaned it all, and I don't want it to start with no lube in it. So the first gear. Now we can put our second one back on. which this one's a little tricky. Getting this keyway back in here. Wipe that off a little bit. Oh, almost had it. No, not quite. There it is. Okay. Got both our keyways back in. Everything feels good. Clean this up. So I'm gonna go clean that other piece up real quick and we'll be back. Now we're going to put some sealer on this, and then we're going to stack this piece on top like so, and then we're going to flip it over and we're going to put it on. So let me get a little sealer going. I think I'm going to put it on here. Never used this before. And it plugged up already. There we go. Now we're not going to put a lot. Uh-oh. I got it. Dropped on the floor. Just gonna lightly smear it around a little bit. Now, by design, this is really designed just to seal with the machine surfaces, but it felt a little better if we put a little something on it, just to glue it. Okay, so now we'll put this like so. Oh, I did the wrong side. That's okay. We'll just be quick about it. Now, I actually talked to Gary Power out in Texas about sealing these. They do injector work and injector pump work on these 2 cylinders. And I had found out from Rich at New Paris Tractor that they rebuild these pumps also. So I sent Gary Power a message on Facebook and found out about this sealer. That's what he uses, so that's what I thought I'll use. So I went to Napa and I got some. Okay, so now, tricky part. Now I put white grease in them bushings and where the seal's going to slide. So now, we should be able to set it right down over our shaft. And boom, we got her. Now, get a couple bolts started here. Yeah, long bolt there, that's right. Long bolt there. Oop, I don't hit it that hard. Get one there, and then we'll get one of our short bolts. Now, it talks about, it doesn't talk about rebuilding this pump, sorry. I get confused with my words sometimes. It does not talk about rebuilding this pump in the book. So, there are no torque specs on how to tighten the bolts up. There is nothing. So, I'm just going to do it. Kind of just guess it a little bit. Well, just going to use common sense, not get them super tight. Kind of remember how they were when I loosened them up. Let's get some more long ones in here. That is a stiff ratchet. Really don't like that ratchet. Had an interesting Snapchat a little bit ago. One of my friends, she started making those tumbler cups that you drink coffee out of, and she does like all kinds of epoxy stuff on them and puts different patterns and stuff on them and stuff like that. And she wants me to build a cup turner. So I guess after you put the epoxy on them, you have to let them turn on a turner real slow so it covers them evenly. She asked me if I could build her a 6-cup turner so they all turn at the same time. I'm like, well, I suppose I can try to do it. She showed me what she uses now, and I'm like, well, I think I can copy that. So I kind of, while I'm doing this, kind of thinking about how to do that for her. I guess she must realize I'm creative, I suppose. Better say the words click on this one, so I just felt like I used a torque wrench. Click! Click! Good. Okay, there we go. We have a John Deere 720 2-cylinder power steering pump, resealed, ready to go back on the tractor. Good. So now we can put that back on and we don't have to worry about leaking. So anyways, I think that's going to conclude our episode of Dirt Grain Steel for today. Dad went in the house because Mom and Dad are babysitting Clara. So it's just me by myself, and there's not much going on that I can do all by myself. So I think we're just going to call it right here. I got some other stuff I'd like to do at home. I need to plow a little bit of snow. So anyways, if you like this episode of Dirt Grain Steel, give me a like and a subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And thanks for coming along with us today on our trip to New Paris Tractor Parts for like the 55th time in the last 6 months, it seems like. So it was definitely a fun trip. So anyways, like I said, give me a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we will see you all in the next one.